In this section, we are going to talk about how to organize the variables. So right now, as you see, I have a couple lines of codes. Let me just run them before discussing or how to organize them. So let me just run it. Yes, right now I have my frame. It looks like I have a perfect square. That is the name of the function. And I have only two objects. One of them is a circle. The second one is just text. So let me dive into my codes and let's just talk a little bit. So right now, as you see, I have two objects. One of them is a circle, another one is a text, and each of them, they have a different arguments. And by say arguments, what I mean that, so in a circle, the first one is what is the position of the circle, another one is what is the size of the circle, another one is what is the size of the line, that is the color of the line, and the last one is what color is going to be filled in. Now, here is the scenario. Let's imagine you have a much more different objects. And by saying objects, and again, there's a line, there's a circle, it can be rectangular or any polygon or text and so on and so on and so on. And later on, if you want to make some modifications on this number. So let's imagine you want to change the size of the circle. So you need to go one by one and find that line and make modifications. So it will take a time. So the best way to reassign these variables right before starting typing the codes. So what I mean with that one. So let's see is imagine that you want to have the position of the circle. So right now, what I'm going to do is, instead of typing here 200 by 200, I will just define it in the beginning. I will say circle position, and I will type, let me just go inside, 200 by 200. And here I will not type 200 by 200, but the only thing what I will tell that it's already was assigned here. I will say circle position. So let me just run and let's see. Actually, basically nothing is changed. You see, I have the same shape, I have the same frame, and nothing that changed. The only thing, I just reassigned my variables. So here is my size of the circle. What I can do is I will say the circle size, which is equal to 100. So here instead of 100, what I can say that is the circle and size. And let me just run it. Oops, I misspelled. Yes, here is misspelled. Let me just run it. Yes, perfect. Nothing changed. So later on, if I want to make some modifications, if I want to change the size of the circle, I do not change it over here. The only thing, if I change that number, and it is going to change for me. So let me say it's 150. If I run it, bombs. So right now, I change my size. You see, so if I bring it 100 back, so there is no need to go to my objects and find that variable. So because it was already defined over here, and you can go one by one and redefine in the beginning. So right, number 3, I will say that circle line size. You can give the ABCs, you can give a shorter variables, but in order to be more clear and to see which variable belongs to which argument, so it's best way to explain all of them in the other way. So I can say that is circle line size. Yeah, you see right now I have a longer line, but which is completely okay. So later on, if I come back or if I share my codes with somebody else, so they will understand what is the meaning of the circle position, what is the meaning of the circle size, because they will refer over here and it's already defined here. Right now, I will say circle color. So since they are both together, what I can say that, oops, I need to specify it here. I will say that is yellow, and let me just bring both of them here. I will say circle color, and one more time, circle color. So let me run it. Oops, something is circle. Yeah, I just misspelled here. Okay, perfect. So this is how we organizing all variables for each argument. And so later on, whenever we are going to start making some different projects, you will be typing different lines of codes, and that is the one of the best way to organize all our variables. So I'm done with the first one, and you can just go ahead and do the second one. And yeah, that is how it looks like. And one more thing, just reminding you that all variables, they must be before defining the function, because whenever we call the circle position, so it should be run it before, it should be assigned it before that we are having it over here.